Not enough, because you still come across.
It's mooted.
Yeah, it only thinks it's
We
muted.
are live.
I know. That's how we're talking.
That's moot.
And your hat. Is that what we're doing today?
Yeah, is
Kids.
it crooked?
The old. Let me flip it around.
I got crooked head.
No, it's the hat. When you wash him, as my mom used to say,
Wash.
you need to put it in the right position again. Anyway, so what is God? I can't believe it's Wednesday already.
It's a Wednesday, Tuesday.
Like we lost a day this week or something.
It's exactly like we lost it.
Yesterday was just crazy. I was so busy yesterday, which is good, but it's
Yeah, I ran around, and I actually got to hang out with a couple people that for a few minutes. So
I'm sorry, I was thinking flock of seagulls.
Oh, yeah, I'd never think of them.
That was I was into that stuff.
Yeah. Did you have the hair?
Actually, I had hair. Yes, I had hair.
The flock of seagulls hair.
I know I had a lot of hair, but not the flock of seagulls hair. Yeah, I had more hair in the Navy than I ever have had.
Yeah,
yeah.
They took it from you.
Ouch, that hurts. It's just too much testosterone.
Yeah.
A couple little things. State. I don't know if you know this, but State Farm is not issuing new homeowner insurance in California.
I heard a rumble about that the other day.
They came out and said we're not doing California.
Yeah.
Well,
they've said that before, and then
it's
back.
Yeah. Well, bye.
Bye.
And take your mortgage people with you.
Yeah.
Nothing personal. Just
bye.
Bye. Au revoir, c'est la vie, asti spumante. And then I also saw, I'll get into what's going on in the market, but I also saw that 40% of loan originators didn't renew their license last year.
Really?
Yeah. And they were saying that I was reading, it was actually somebody else put it out, that real estate, there's two people who put out constant stuff that's been doing it for years. You have Frank and Brian, and then you have the RE Source.
Right.
And he put it out, and he was talking about how for agents, everybody thought we would be better off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. And we're not. And it's going to get better, but no one knows when. But for agents, this is like 2008. This is like 1995. That's how bad it is. We have to go far back to see how bad it is for agents.
That's interesting.
You're right. But interesting is, that's what we said, though. If you have 3,100 real estate agents and you're only closing 300 deals or 200 and something, we said it was, in the county, and has that many agents, you don't really need that many agents.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
So,
because I was on a couple podcasts.
Yeah.
And everybody on the podcast, every time I was on, it's two separate ones, and they asked, what advice would you give somebody trying to get into your industry? And I said, don't. I said, I said, give it a year.
Yeah.
The other one, I said, give it a year and a half. I don't know. It's just, we have so many people in our industry right now, and they're having trouble. To have somebody else come into the industry right now, I just don't know. I can't, because you have seasoned people who've been doing it who are having issues right now.
Well, and it's not to say that someone could come into the industry as a newbie and do all the things that you should do because it's your business and be successful. Just the odds are against you.
It's just, there's so much right now.
Right.
I mean, there's such big companies spending a lot of money. Actually, they're saying the average company, mortgage banking company, is losing $2,800 per transaction, per deal, which is down from last year, which they were losing more per loan.
That's not nice.
And so people are wondering why you can't get amazing rates as low as they should be. Well, they're losing money.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to keep doing that forever, but they're hoping they're going to get market share and this and that. Well, talk to SVB and some of these other banks who did things and think they're going to do this, and now they're no longer here.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a lot more mergers and acquisitions of different mortgage companies, mortgage, all that stuff. Same with real estate companies. Or they're just going to go away.
And title companies, escrow and title companies. I thought it was funny yesterday. I was out driving around because you got
to stop that.
That's what I do, driving around.
I thought that was funny.
Which part?
It's I'm trying to correct people who say, I thought it was funny, because it really isn't funny with what you're going to say, right?
No, it isn't funny, but it is funny. It is funny. No,
okay, I don't know. You tell me.
Anyway, so have you heard of the escrow and title company called Domo?
Domo Agato Vista Roboto, that one?
Yeah, Domo. Well, Domo in Greek, I guess, means house or home or roof or abode.
Weren't they north
They were North American
Yeah,
Title,
okay,
and they
yeah,
became
yeah.
Domo. Well,
I
Domo
got
has
to.
now become
I'm sorry, I can't get past Domo. I already
Willison
got to.
Financial Group.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm driving around yesterday,
Trying
and
to find them.
Domo had an office on Sylvan, just west of Coffee, and I guess some civilian saw that they changed their name to Williston Financial Group and didn't like it, so they hopped the curb and ran into the Domo sign. And I'm like, how in the hell do you get from the lane to off the sidewalk, up the lawn, and into the Domo sign?
Well, they figured a way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Driving while texting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's all about time. We just don't have enough. Just not enough.
We say the same thing over and over and over again.
However, I don't know if you saw back in March, a Republican and a Democrat put into the House a bill to change the minimum deductions for each individual, which was $250,000 right now, right? And if you have a married couple, it goes up to 500.
Yeah.
That was created in 97. Did you know that? 1997. It hasn't been adjusted since. They're trying to get it to 500,000 and $1 million for two people.
Right.
And it hasn't. I mean,
and they're talking. What I heard at CAR in Sacramento is they're talking that they may have more luck just getting 500 the individual, because they're saying it's discriminatory to a single filer for the 250 deduction instead of a 500,000 deduction because they're not married.
No, but it's individual.
Oh, I understand.
Because I don't know if it's technically married, but it's individual. Each individual is 250,000. Right. So if you have an individual and then you have another individual, it's 500,000.
Then you would have two individuals. So 250 times 2 would be 500.
Yes.
Let's see how that works.
Yeah, or 250,000 plus 250,000 without any multiplication, because people can't understand. Do you multiply and divide first, or do you add?
Yes.
Because you see those things on Facebook where they're like, what is the answer?
Yeah.
36,
I like
48.
I like the one that says find X, and the guy circled the X.
That's the way you find it. All right. So right now, mortgage-backed securities and stocks, and they're supposedly a little bit higher due to the debt ceiling deal, but I'm seeing some shakiness out there because of what's going on. There's some people rumbling that it might not pass the House. We'll see what happens.
Because it's not really a deal yet. They came to an understanding, and now they have to solidify the deal, right?
Well, remember Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah. Because junction, what's my function?
Yeah, and I'm going to be a bill, and I just don't know. Yeah. Okay, that's
how. Go through the house.
That's right. Oil prices decrease, which is shocking that they're going down. I guess we're not driving as much. I don't know.
Well, when it's so damn expensive to drive, people start doing alternative stuff like sit by their pool.
Oh yeah, it's like constantly now outside. It's like we're out. Marshall's like, this is so nice out here. It's like, yeah, it is. But when it's 100, we technically aren't going to be sitting right here. We're only going to be in the pool.
You'll be in the pool, guaranteed.
Right. So overall stocks actually declined a little bit today because of the uncertainty, what's going on. Used car prices are up 0.8% in May. We had
craziness.
Yeah. Is there not a lot of used cars out there?
There must not be.
Because I don't need one.
I think about it. Isn't every car used?
No.
Unless it's sitting on a lot. It's new.
Nope. Not necessarily. Rental costs catching up, expected to decline faster, meaning that rents are up. But they're showing that they're not as up as they thought they were going to be. Only 0.9% year over year versus down 1.7% in April. So I think here's the problem. We're looking at numbers constantly,
right? And
they're not going to be exact. They're not going to go down exactly in a straight line.
Ever.
It's going to go down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's just how that's going to be. I'm all over but according to Car Gurus in May, they have increased by 0.8%, which is significantly slower pace compared to the previous month. So even though rental cars, I back up to the used car thing up here. Sorry,
gotcha.
I didn't finish that.
I was actually following you.
But what are you going to, they're used to them going up and up and up, and they're just going up a little bit. And I think, again, it has to do with if you don't need to buy something, you're not buying something, because the average average used car payment is like $900.
Yeah. Is that crazy?
It's totally crazy. Because that's just ridiculous. ridiculous. As I was saying, rental costs are, despite lagging in the CPI report, have decreased in real time. This is what we just talked about. Current, what do I want to go to? Where are we at? May inflation likely to be lower than April. Technically, could be.
Yeah. Well, and technically could not be.
Well, we're gonna have to. We'll just wait to see what the CPI and the PPI says in a week or so. And they always remember the Fed always looks backwards, which has always happened already.
Yeah.
And so it's not current stuff. And so they're always behind. So what happens is you're going to see all of a sudden something happen, and then the rally again, just kind of like we've been having in the last couple of days.
Do you think people are starting to slow down on their travel? I'm seeing a lot of people traveling, but it's shrinking in leisure and hospitality.
That would just be jobs needed. Yeah. Job openings, right? So they probably filled them up and they don't need any more. But now construction, which is good because that's what we need a lot more of is construction jobs.
But that's a national number again. That's not a California number because we don't have a hell of a lot of construction going on in California.
I bet you we do over in certain places in certain things, not necessarily single family homes, but in, multifamily and other things are being built all over the place. Did you go to Gray Wall Drive in Modesto? Manny Graywall's place.
Yeah.
Across from Kaiser. They're building an apartment complex there. They're building they're building, of course, for rent. What else are you going to do? Buy apartment complexes?
No, luxury condos.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen across from in that neighborhood. Yeah, that's going to be out a little bit further. We got ADP and BLS reports coming on this week. I thought I saw jobs. Your JOLTS. The thing that you have.
No, my JOLTS are my favorite, but I didn't see a JOLTS banner.
No, it didn't make it into the Bruce banners that I did. But I did see it here today. JOLTS, there it is. Job openings in April rose 9.7 million to 10.1 million. But they have been trending lower and down sharply, coming the peak of 12 million not too long ago. Job openings picked up in construction, like I said, due to demand from big builders. Leisure and hospitality continue to shrink, which is important because there is a sector that has been adding most of the jobs over the last year. So when that shrinks and we're not going to keep adding more and more people, we're going to see finally unemployment go the way that we need to see it to get it to come react to get the bonds to.
So ADT is a depressed person and BLS is a big languishing stud.
No, tomorrow ADP is it doesn't break it down, but BLS is the Bureau of Labor Statistics report on Friday, which is a big report, which is the one they're waiting for. ADP, isn't that a payroll company?
Yeah.
And then they're coming out tomorrow. Again, it's a great report, but not as big as the BLS.
The BLS, and that's coming out on
Bureau
Friday.
of Land Safety. I'm just kidding.
Land safety. If you're on the land, you're fairly safe.
Yeah.
If you're in the sky,
BLM, Bureau of Land Management. All these acronyms, I hate that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, a lot of people, I mean, if they're driving and listening to us, or if they're sitting at their desk, they're probably not going to Google over there and say, "What the hell is a BLS?"
No. Yeah, well, Bureau of Land Statistics.
I got it.
Bureau of Labor Statistics. See what you got me all messed up today. Other than that, I mean, all I'd say is don't focus on where rates are today.
Yeah.
Focus on can you get the house you want
in
this market, because eventually it's going to get to a point where rates
because
are
remember
down
you're
and you're not going to be able to get it.
Yeah. You're competing, and you're probably not going to get closing costs this time around.
So maybe in Tuolumne County.
That was a scratch. I didn't pick.
Oh, that's okay. There are some houses coming up in Tuolumne County that for inexpensive to a certain point, but
new construction or just
resale.
Okay.
Yeah. But we really need that $500,000 deductible. They think it's going to increase the amount of people selling their homes.
Well,
and I don't know if it really is.
Do you remember me talking about the other bill that they're trying to do? And that is
actually, I was talking to Robert earlier this week, and he brought it up how you talked about it at your sales meeting.
Oh, okay.
All right. So go ahead.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So they're looking at if you are a individual selling a rental that is a single family home, condo, or townhome, that they will abolish the gain, get rid of you having to pay gain. So you wouldn't have to do a 1031 tax deferred exchange and purchase another property. You could get out of the business and not be suffering a huge gain, a tax on your gain, which could be kind of cool. Could let some of these really old landlords get out of the business and let their kids get out of the business if they want to, and not take such a big hit.
Right, 22%.
Yeah, and on the other hand, you got Ding Dong, the witch is not dead in Washington, wants to raise all the taxes on gain to what, 45, 47?
45.
Yeah. That's
her IQ.
Smart. Yeah. No, I don't think it's that tall. It's not that big.
No, and that's not just. I mean, that's just they're trying to get more. They want more and more taxes to pay for bigger government. Which I'm not getting political here, but it's just they're getting in the way of. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Are you better off now because of where the economy is? Think about how our market with single family homes and real estate and mortgages, how bad it went because of what the policies are currently with this administration when it comes to just spending money for their Green New Deal and stuff that we don't really technically need. Yes, over the next 40, 50 years, it would be beautiful to go there. But let's not force it down our throat in 4 years that we can't really pay for it.
Right.
And that's our problem. And this is what happens every time someone gets in there with this new Green New Deal, which is not new. It happened in the Clinton administration. It happened in the Obama administration. It's just, and that's, they're trying to push these agendas, and unfortunately it's not helping us.
Yep.
That's all I got today.
Me too.
All right. Everybody make it a great day. And don't forget, we're on the radio this weekend.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking
about something.
Oh, remember this. Bigger government's never better.
No. And don't forget, this weekend is graffiti, isn't it?
No. Next weekend.
Is that next weekend?
Yeah.
That's right. You're right.
Never
it's
mind.
9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah. June
never
9th,
mind.
10th, and 11th. Yeah. Get ready.
This weekend is the weekend to get ready for the next weekend.
That's right. All right. Make it a great day.
Make it a great day, guys.